This video goes through how you would refer a student for occupational therapy services. If you have an individual student in mind, you would open up Clever and make sure that you've got the school that the student attends as your location, or just choose all locations and search that way. And choose the Occupational Therapy Referral Process Individual Student Form from the drop-down menu. And if the student's name shows up, that means they already have a referral in place. If their name does not show up, you either have to add them to the referral form by using this add button, and there's another video on the Clever help and tips if you're not sure how to do that. Or the student might not be active at the school, so just check over the inactive students. Those are students who have been to your school at one point in time but have since left. Or pre-registered, those are students who haven't attended yet but are scheduled to come. For this video though, we will just choose this Clever admin as a fake student's name, and when you open up the referral form, this is what it looks like. On the first tab, the first thing you notice are some light blue shaded boxes. Now these boxes, like school, grade, some of the parent and guardian information, will pull automatically from our student information system. So if you see that they are not pulling, they're blank, or maybe the information is old, maybe this is, the student is now in grade 6, that just means that Clever has not pulled information lately. So you can prompt Clever by hovering over integration and pressing the import data, and that will force Clever to go into our student information system and pull all of as many fields as they have. If a field still is blank after you've imported the data, it means that there's no data in the field. You can always type stuff in, as I've done here, if you happen to know the mother's home phone or something, and you could fill that in. On the rest of the general information tab, there are some required fields. Those are little red stars. And as soon as a required field is filled in, like the form is completed by, so you would type a name, you can see the progress bar starts to complete up to 100%. So make sure that this is completed as far as you possibly can, as 100%, before you submit it. Once you've taken care of the school year and the form completed by, you type in the rest of the information as needed, the classroom teacher's name, the title of the person that completed the form. Maybe you are the classroom teacher. You'd put your name in both locations and say, I am the teacher. Any other outside agencies that this referral might work in concert with, you can type them in, or other, you can type in an explanation in this box. And again, the parent and guardian information should pull. These blue ones should pull automatically, but if it's a guardian, you'd have to type in the information, because this does not pull from our student information system. The second tab is a PreReferral Checklist, and it asks that you complete this checklist 3 to 6 weeks prior to making an OT referral. And this is going to give you the chance to try some strategies that might cause this referral to not be needed in 3 to 6 weeks. This is how the page will open up. There are a bunch of different skills and areas that you can be looking at, and for each one of these you check off the box by gross motor skills. These are some of the things that you should be seeing, and if you happen to see that your student, in comparison to other children of similar ages, if they have difficulty with hopping, jumping, skipping, or running, that kind of thing, you would check off the box. There's also a spot for you to check off other comments that might not be listed in the gross motor skills, and type in what you see. And for some of these, there is also a link for a PDF of gross motor strategies you can try. So these might give you some ideas to do in the classroom. So like, for example, the children's feet do not touch the floor, place a block or a phone book under their feet. Things like that. So that's for gross motor skills. There's body and space skills. Visual motor skills has difficulty coloring with the lines, things like that. There are some visual and visual perceptual strategies here. So this one down here doesn't have its own link, but visual and visual perceptual are both in this section here. Some of them don't have a link at the bottom. There is no specific strategies for you to try, but I'm sure that you have lots of ideas, and if not, you check with somebody at your school or drop a quick line to the OT. So once you've got 3 to 6 weeks trying different strategies and watching your student, this third tab basically says, did these strategies work? Yes, you're done with the form. You can just walk away from it. This form needs to go no further. If no, the strategies did not work, you need to continue on and submit the form. And this link here is all of the individual checklist points in one big document. The fourth tab is a consent form. You need to open the consent form below, print it, have the parents or guardians sign it. So right here, this opens up again another PDF that you print off. You check the boxes and have this signed. Then you scan it and save it to your files, and you upload it right here. So I would choose the upload button. I would look for that file and say open, and it shows up right here, and then you can view it on your computer. The last few, these wouldn't have been checked off at the beginning, so you'd only have maybe about 40% complete up until this point. But then once the parent or guardian has signed this form and it's been uploaded, then you go in and choose the date. You write in the name of the parent or guardian, and was this consent given in person, in email, other, and you can explain it below. So as soon as those are all filled in, your completion bar is filled in. The Submit Referral tab, there's just a note. Please talk to your OT prior to sending the referral. Your OT might already have the student on their caseload, or there might be some background information that is still needed, things like that. So just a quick email or a phone call prior to sending this referral would be needed, and give them some ideas of when's the best time to come and see the student in action. If you know that they are going to be pulled out of the classroom for, let's say, some English as additional language programming, then write that Tuesday afternoon does not work. The last thing that a person filling out this form would do is they would need to say ready to submit to the OT, and as soon as this box is checked, you can see that the notification box pops up. You click on that and an email gets sent to the occupational therapist that is attached to the school. Okay, so you don't have to choose any names. It automatically goes to this location up here. The occupational therapist then would receive an email. They would open up this referral and go through what you've written down, and they would make the choice that this is a new referral or this is a referral that's been in process already. Maybe they're just going to monitor the situation, or maybe this referral has been completed and it's over with. So they would choose one of the 4 options, and they would send it to their coordinator. Now in this case, they do have to choose a coordinator for their school. So they would choose the right name, push the button. The last tab is a Files and Links tab. And here are some examples of files or links that you might find appropriate to include. So let's say you've got a certificate or something from a doctor, or a note from a psychologist. You would choose the file. Again, you would navigate through your computer files, choose the one you want. You would have to put a name in this box and push upload file. If you don't type a name in, it just shows up as no name right here. And the same thing for an alias. You would choose a name for the alias and choose the link, whatever you want to put in here, go upload link, and it shows up right down here. The last thing I want to show you is a printable PDF of the information you've just added. So you can print off the Occupational Therapy Referral, and it shows the first few tabs about consent, when it was obtained, the information, all about the student. The second page is the PreReferral Checklist, the areas that you noticed and that you were working with. So it doesn't need all of those. I think there was 11 or 12 different categories. These are just the ones that you were pinpointing and watching throughout those last weeks. If you have any questions, or if you have any troubles at all with anything from Clever, you can make sure you dial 8888 and talk to someone at the help desk, or you can start a help desk ticket and someone will be able to help you as soon as possible.